could literally do whatever they wanted to do, and it would be fine. You know what I mean?
I'm good.
Yeah, I would. If I already know, I don't need you to tell me. But I feel like even stuff like actresses, you're not good until you get a white person's award. Like,
yeah,
like, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, this is something really random, right? I know it's not my like, oh, is that wrong for me to say? I don't know. But you know, when we're talking about representation as Black people, yeah. And I turn on the TV because I know you see the same TV I see. And I look, I can't see. Okay, I don't know the difference between South and North Asia or wherever Asia. I don't know Asia. I don't know where. That's where my geography falls. Yeah, I do not see people from is it Oriental region. I don't see them in adverts. So I wonder if they feel any type of way about their lack of representation on TV. Even when you look at the like, I remember there was one picture, I think a few years ago, where they were saying the Oscars white. I think it was like a hashtag or like a trend where they were saying the Oscars white, Oscars are white or whatever, and like literally white, and all you saw was like little dots. Oh no, they're human beings, Black people. But then the Orientals in there.
Yeah.
But even, let's say, even like the only Oriental actress I can think of is the lady from Killing Eve and Grey's Anatomy, Sandra Oh or something. But otherwise, I can't think of any female like in that industry or in any, like, I don't see them on TV. I don't see much specific thing like maths, or if it's like I mean, this pandemic they've been featured a lot. Which is really okay. Let me not digress because that's a representation conversation. Okay, so okay.
I'm not sure if they. Obviously, I don't know, but I would say that they probably wouldn't complain because it's the same thing that I was kind of talking about earlier. Like, they watch their own TV. So this is what I feel like this is what we need to do as Black people. So like, they wouldn't complain because, okay, we'll just watch our own. All right, we'll just give to our own. We'll just buy from our own. Do you know what I mean? And then I feel like even with like, the Asian community, they don't complain because, okay, we'll just watch our own TV. We need our own TV. We need our own everything.
And essentially, people see a lot of us on TV rather than...
exactly. And it's when I feel like when it comes to diversity, and I always do diversity because basically what it means is I'm going to have one Black person in there to show that I'm not racist. And it's like, To
tick a box. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Very problematic.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. All right, fast forward to back to the matter of feminism. Do you see yourself as a feminist, and do you agree with the term feminist?
I wouldn't see myself as a feminist, and I only say that because I don't actually. Sometimes I kind of get confused with the actual meaning or what it entails, or do you know what I mean? Like, I don't see why anyone should have to be
labeled.
I don't get why you have to be a feminist. I feel like you can see what's wrong. You can see what people are doing wrong. Call it out. I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough knowledge on it specifically to even.
I guess I think the reason why it was a air quotes big deal, because everyone's watching they're saying, oh, this guy's happening. Air quotes. I think the reason why it's a big deal, or the label, the reason for the labeling is because of the changes that certain women have helped make in society. So because of that, it's like it's a movement. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I hear where you're coming from, and I get it, because I'm just like, what's the point in labeling if we're living a life that we should be living anyway? Like, why is it a big deal? But then again, it's just like, we have some privileges that some people don't. Even though we're screaming, equal rights here, and somewhere like Ghana, like where I'm from, somewhere in Ghana, like a woman's not expected, like she shouldn't be working, she should stay at home, doing housewife, aka domestic engineer. That's what she's doing essentially.
Yeah.
Cooking, cleaning, this, that. Like that's your thing, and that's. I mean, as much as I can do it, it's what I want to do. I don't want to be in the house and put on makeup and wear the traditional outfit and just sit there the whole day. Oh, hello, happy house. I'm too active. That's not me. But I guess that's the privilege of being in the Western world, I guess, being able to do what you want to do, say what you want to say without sounding too aggressive, you know, because I was speaking to she was saying with feminism, like when she was growing up, she's representing past gen, and when she was growing up as a woman, like she said back in her time, if you were tall, I felt like she was describing me, but essentially she wasn't doing it on purpose. She was like, if you were tall, if you drove, if you were a graduate, yeah, you're doing the most. That you're actually doing the most. I was just like, wow, okay,
it's crazy.
It's too much to even find a husband to get married to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, I'm a graduate because I want to actually, you know, further.
Yeah.
I want to work. I don't want to work in my house. I want to work out of home, you know. But, yeah, I think I get where you're coming from. Like, living a life shouldn't have to have a label, because that's how we want to move in life. What do you think your fellow generation may see feminism as? Do you think you guys are somewhat young, so you wouldn't realize a big deal? Like, you've been born into like women doing a lot anyway, so you don't think there's much of a difference? Do you think that's what it is, or?
I feel like our generation may not see it as much as something that we have to fight for. We see women doing everything now. It's very, like, it's normal for us to just see women in work, or like women in, like, even I find it really weird, like, when people are shocked when like a girl's playing football or anything, because I feel like, it's just a sport. But obviously it's predominantly, you know, it's a male sport. That's what they like to call it. But I don't know if it's just me, but I don't feel like our generation feels like we have to fight for feminism as much. I mean, there's still obviously some things that definitely need to be changed, like even like the victim blaming topic, which is like a whole different scenario, and you know, the things that girls are wearing, and you know what I mean, stuff like that need to be under wraps. But I feel like apart from that, I feel like it's not, I don't think it's our fight anymore as much as it would have been for the previous generations at all.
I think that people have fought in advance, and as time goes on, we find new battles, hopefully less. Right, because I mean, what was it, 100, how many years ago? Just over 100 or less than 100? It's not popping right now, so please forgive me. But women couldn't vote, and then now it's like we can vote. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's some people that have made certain changes, and I think, of course, as time goes on, your generation, I say our-ish, whatever generation, will identify certain things that we can help change as well with the fight that we all as well. So that's that. Okay, so next one. Tell me about your multiple CEO ventures, because if you go on Téja's Instagram page, yeah, CEO of Black, CEO of Yellow, CEO of Blue. I said, wow. So tell me the inspiration behind it. Obviously, is women, like, for it, like literally everything. Black woman, and I love it naturally. Tell us about the inspiration behind it, why you're doing it, who sent you to go and do it, what are the aims for this organization?
Okay, so I'll talk about Magic Girls because I feel like that one's the most important. Magic Girls is basically a brand because we don't just do t-shirts. So we also do Magic Girls clubs where girls come and they learn how to do their natural hair, learn about our history, learn how to cook our foods. It's basically like, we do it in the holidays, but it's like the school. I like to call it the school that we should have. The schools that we should have, because I feel like, why do we go? Well, obviously we're in Britain. I'm talking about, we go to a school that has nothing to do with us. We're not taught our history. We're not taught to make our food. We're not taught about anything, how to look after ourselves, about how to look after us. And so we feel like it's important. We enjoy putting them on. I say we, me and my sister and my mom, we'll put them on. That business is very important to me because I feel like I know that and even though I seem young, and it's really weird when I tell people this and they're like, huh? But I'm like, when I was younger, I wish that I had something like this where I could just be scrolling and just see myself, see people like me, see people with hair like me. Because when I was younger, it's so weird because it hasn't been that long, but the change, like the shift in everything is so different. Like, I even seeing women with natural hair on TV, or just, do you know what I mean? It's very weird for me because when I was younger, I'd only see older black women with straight hair, permed hair. And it was actually quite funny, actually. When I was about 11, I said to my mom once, I was like, I can't wait till I turn 16 because then I can perm my hair. And she was like, huh? Why would you think that? And I was like, I don't know anyone who's older who has my type of hair. So I think it's just about representation. That's like the most important thing that we want to do. Just be celebrated. Like, just know that you are, just to, like, for a black girl to know that she's like amazing. And even within different types, like even within different types of black girls, like the colorism within black girls, and it's about showing that we are all black girls. Because to anyone outside of the black community, you're still black, no matter how light you are inside the community or how dark you are. Either way, you're black. So yeah, just about unity and just positive representation of ourselves. So
I like that a lot. And just wanted to add 2 points to what you mentioned about when you were growing up, and obviously what you saw in magazines. Well, not now, but magazines were a thing when you were
they were a big thing. No one reads magazines anymore.
Literally, like, overnight, 1 minute was like Young Voices and Word Up, next minute
it's nothing.
I don't know what happens, but anyway. But obviously when we were growing up, it was cool to have a certain type of hair. There were women doing it big, like in the media and stuff. Had a certain type of hair, and obviously our hair didn't look like that. So it's just like, yeah. And it's interesting you made the point. There was this show on Channel 4, I think, The School That Tried to End Racism. I don't know if you watched it.
I watched that.
Girl? Child.
Okay.
Anyway, so do you remember the part where the girl, I think she was half Asian, half white. I think her mix was, and she was like, she didn't think she was pretty because whenever she's opened the magazines, she never used to see anyone that looked at her. I was like, I thought you would have had more representation than me. I mean,
literally.
Not that I was just like, oh, yeah. I didn't know you.
Like, it's all of us.
You know, I was shocked. I was like,
yeah.
And I was just thinking, wow, like the only time I saw anyone that looked at me was on the hair relaxer box.
And the hair wasn't like mine.
Exactly. It was like, you know what? They had like the baby hairs all the way down.
Like they had like waves and like twiglets, and I was like, oh, I don't have that.
To this day, I don't know. Anyway, relaxer is another thing. Because my mom relaxed my hair when I was 4.
Wow.
Yeah, she didn't know any better. Like, she thought that was it. And it's funny how we underestimate the power of media and how it affects us mentally. And like, I don't even know what it takes for you to be so strong, but like, that's fashion, right? Why would you want your child to have air quotes nappy hair? Like, when I saw pictures, my hair wasn't like, I wouldn't like to think it was hard to manage. But obviously, I'm crying the entire time. She tried to like catch it or braid it or whatever. But I only started like going back to natural hair 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Half her accepted at the beginning. Not that she was looking down against it, but she was just like, oh, like, but your hair's this way, why is your hair that way? And then like, after a year when she realized all 3 of us, my sisters, all of a sudden she's like, oh, okay, so you guys are really, okay, so we're really natural. We're like, yeah, this is us. So if you don't like it, that's you and your generation.
Yeah.
You know, and there are some of her friends where they'll make side comments like, oh, well, you're not going to tie up your hair. You're not going to do that.
Neating it up.
Yeah. That is the one.
Neat.
This is it. This
but I feel like that's good that over time, I feel like generations are becoming more I don't know if it's brave, but we're more inclined to challenge
Very
the
daring.
past generations on things that we just know are wrong, or how they have, how certain ideas have been indoctrinated into them, and how we're not going to do that anymore. Like, I feel like as time goes on, we're just very like, nope, nope,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah. We'll do what we want to do, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what country are your parents from?
Jamaican. Everyone's Jamaican. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, my stepdad, he's Ghanaian. His family are Ghanaian.
Oh, so you got the
Mainly around.
okay.
Bit of a mixture.
And do you feel like now, like, do you think, what is the difference? Because I was thinking about this last night. What do you think is the difference between talking back and I don't even know what the other one is? Because if you're responding to a question,
Mm-hmm. I feel like with Black parents, you just have to get the tone, whether this is a rhetorical question. But sometimes you don't know, or sometimes if they ask a question, if they say something and then you challenge it and they're wrong, then it's talking back. To be honest, you never really know, do you? You kind of have to just. I mean, most of the times I just don't say anything. That's my go-to. That would be my go-to. But when I really feel like it is, you just have to be brave and just see where it goes.
Your brothers, do you?
I have brothers on my dad's side.
Okay. And do you feel like they get away with being more expressive than yourself?
Oh, the boys can do whatever they want. Boys can do what.
What is that though? Because I need to.
I don't know. I don't know why or how. I feel like, I don't know. And I don't know if this is me going a bit deep, but I feel like maybe parents, I'm just going to say, I'm talking about Black boys in general. I feel like maybe parents let Black boys off because they know it's going to be a lot harder for you in future. And I don't know if that's me looking, I don't know if it's looking in too deeply into it, but as Black males, you just got a lot of problems come, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Black women we do have problems that we do have to face, but I feel like it's easier for us to bounce back or find loopholes than it is for Black males. I don't know why. Like, for example, I can easily walk into, I mean, not easily, I'll still get a few looks. Yeah, but I can walk into a shop and not buy anything and walk out. My brother, he'll be watched as soon as he walks in, followed around the shop. If he leaves with nothing, oh, let me check. Like, it's a very so we're both getting something, but yours is a little bit more.
Slightly more intense, yeah.
Bit intense. But to be honest, when I was growing up, I did think, what is with this favoritism? Like, what is with the boy favoritism? The boys could literally do whatever they wanted to do and it would be fine.